Good evening, fellow ghouls and specters alike. It's your ghost host with the most, Tiki here, to engage in some haunted holiday hijinks by trudging through the catacombs and dusting off the cobwebs to recount our spooky selection of holiday classics. So, light the jack-o'-lantern, suit up, and grab the candy dish as we revive and recount tonight's spooky selection. Smiling Friends, a silly Halloween special. Laugh with me, Jokers. All right. With me tonight, of course, is Joker's Wild. How you doing?
Hello. For this Halloween special, I am dressed up as Blue Dragon 5, so please refer to me as such.
All right. Okay, so yes, Smiling Friends. I honestly think this Halloween episode is kind of an instant classic. I think it's like a perfect melding of some genuinely scary and intense atmosphere build up and jump scares mixed with just a damn perfect punchline of a final gag. So what do you think? First of all, what's your thoughts on Smiling Friends? Because
I
we've
love
never really discussed it on the channel.
Yeah, I love Smiling Friends.
Uh-huh.
I not very closely, but I followed the creators of the show for quite a while.
Nice.
Um I like I like internet animation. So I know a lot of people who work on the show. I've followed both creators, Zach Hadel and Michael Cusack, for quite a while. So I've always liked their work. I really like their comedy. So I was really excited to hear about the show in the first place, and it really lived up. And I think it's probably one of the best show, if not like one of the best, if not the best shows that Adult Swim has done since Rick and Morty. I think it's a really
Mhm.
good high note, and I hope it sticks around for a while.
Yeah, I definitely agree on it being the best thing since Rick and Morty. And at this point, I feel like it could outpace Rick and Morty depending on the quality down the line. I like that they're taking their time on another season and not just jumping right into one
No,
because I
totally.
because I feel like this show is very much a quality over quantity type thing. Every single episode in season one just absolutely hit it out of the park.
Yeah, there's no fillers, and it's really great. Another interesting thing too that I don't know if you're aware of, Tiki, is that Zach Hadel does work with Justin Roiland sometimes. Um, so like
Yeah, you see, I went
they've
into
done
this like pretty
collaborations.
much
Yeah.
blind. Like honestly, I went into this like not even really knowing the basic concept beyond just like their job is to make people happy. Like that's all I really knew. So
Did I show
you and
you
I
the
kind of
pilot when it
approached
came out?
what?
Did I show you the pilot when it came out?
I don't think so.
I couldn't remember. I know I showed it to some people.
But you and I
Um,
kind of approached it from different angles, where you're kind of like a big fan of the creator, and I just sort of heard the hype.
yeah, no, totally. No.
But anyways, just do you have any just baseline thoughts on this Halloween episode before we get into it?
Yeah, no, it's a really, really good Halloween episode. It's very different from what you'd normally see from like a comedy series Halloween episode. And I think it that makes it really successful and makes its uniqueness really sets it over the edge. I really enjoyed it.
All right, so let's get right into it. We have do you know what this intro's from? If it's like done like in the series, like if the series itself filmed it or if it's pulled from something?
They filmed it themselves.
Okay, that's kind of what I assumed. I just want to make sure because it does look like pretty good, kind of like archive, sort of outer limits type footage.
Well, I think that's what it's trying to
Oh
parody
yeah,
is
for
like one of
sure, for
those.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. And I think the actor was someone from V. Like he's like a cameo. He's like some weird actor from the 80s. I forget who it is.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
So he's basically just introducing the concept of Halloween and scares and You can add something else to the list: the primal, disturbing horror of the unknown.
Yeah, it's just one of those like Twilight Zone, Outer
Uh,
Limit like parody intros that you see a lot.
all
Yeah.
right, so we have the Office Halloween party. We
Yeah.
have Alan in his walking Phoenix Joker costume, which
Yeah.
isn't problematic at all.
That's okay.
it
It fits the character.
does, it does.
Yeah.
But Joker's Charlie doesn't want to wear a costume, and why is that?
Because he doesn't want to get canceled, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I studied for this quiz.
Now you know how it feels to be me on the receiving end.
Well, Tiki.
I'm like, Dragon, ask me for my opinions on things. Don't ask me for beat by beat recaps. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
yes, it's a big setup. It's basically just like a Chekhov's gun of like, okay, we bring the threat of an offensive Halloween costume into the equation. When's it gonna pay off?
Yeah.
Okay, and then Pim comes in, and what's Pim dressed up as?
He's dressed up like a cowboy
A
with a
little
big key
cowboy, Charlie.
on his belt buckle.
Oh my god, I actually love it.
I know, I love Pim.
I'm just sharpest gunslinger in the West.
Yeah.
And then, of course, just the series is very good at this kind of like very mundane, like, hey, you're gonna pick those up. Don't leave them all over the floor.
Yeah, just very like conversational, like
I'm
weird.
100% sure you're not gonna hit that. Oh, look at that! You actually hit it.
From my understanding, they do a lot of improv.
That makes sense.
So
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of that stuff comes from. But I think it's more effective than Rick and Morty's improv.
All
Because
right,
it's
so the boss comes in, and
Yeah.
I'm like 99% sure this character is why Dragon refuses to watch this show.
Why? Just because of how weird he looks?
Because of the design, yes.
He doesn't like the veins?
I don't think so. I don't think he likes the vein. I don't think he likes the Charlie Brown. I mean, the costume's perfect.
I love the costume. Right? It's so perfect. Oh my god.
But I just feel like characterization-wise, he's like the perfect, like, nice guy boss with just a hint of passive aggressiveness.
Well, he has like there's something insidious going on.
There is, absolutely.
That they sort of hint at. Yeah. Like in the Frowning Friends episode.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I love it. Yeah. Oh, and Tiki, what's everyone else dressed up as?
Oh, let's see. We got a sexy mouse, and that's honestly about it.
Oh, do you know her name? No, there's one other. There's two others. Do you know the mouse's name though?
I forget off the top of my head.
No, they never reveal it in the series. I just think it's really funny.
Oh, really? That is
funny. So her name is canonically Marge Simpson.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Her name is Marge Simpson, but I don't think they can say it on air for obvious reasons. And then Gleb and his wife.
Have you watched Simpsons season 33, by the way?
No, I'm currently on season 10, so I'll be there in about 6 months.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I've watched a couple episodes so far. I've actually heard it's really good, and from what I've seen, it does kind of hold up. It's like, what I like about it is that the episodes are way more focused on like one or two characters.
Good.
Anyways,
I'll let you know in a few months. But yeah, it comes together.
Are you really watching through the whole series?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Oh, dear God.
I started on season 2 because I watched season 1 like a year ago. Back in August, and I'm on season 10.
Oh
so,
boy.
We're getting there. But
you're about to get to what did the kids call it? Zombie Simpsons.
Yeah. We're getting there. We're close. But then Gleb and his wife are dressed up like Ronald and Nancy Reagan.
Oh yeah, right.
And I think that's really funny too. But anyway.
All right, so Pim needs to retrieve some. I love how the boss just like. By the way, does the boss have a name besides just the boss?
As far as I know, he's just the boss.
Okay, good. I wanted to make sure. All right. But I love how he just comes in and outright cancels Halloween just because there's no firewood.
Yeah, I know.
It just wouldn't be the same without a big old campfire.
I know. It's
All
great.
right. So he sends Pym on a quest over to the woods to retrieve some campfire. Simple enough premise,
Mm.
except for one condition. What is that condition?
Jesus, are we really doing this for every plot point?
Yes.
Okay. Don't go over the rickety
I
bridge
have the
because
power now.
you'll get lost.
All right. By the way, I love the first jump scare is just like the weight with the hyper realistic bulging eyes,
I know.
as if the design of him wasn't unsettling enough.
I know.
Oh god. Okay, yeah. So do not cross the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Pym's delightful little twigs. I like twigs. I like twigs, and I want some more. I don't think I'm singing it right, but you get
It's
the
okay. You're doing
point.
great.
With a little accompanying tune by the Bluebird.
I know. It's beautiful.
Just starts so happy-go-lucky.
I know.
All right. So he needs one more twig, and it's over the bridge.
Yeah.
And the boss, via just a terrifying fucking face of the
It comes
tree.
out of the tree.
Yes. All right. It truly is a cowboy's dilemma.
I know. What is he gonna do about it, Tiki? What does he do next?
He marks the trees.
Yes, he does. You're right. With what? What did he use to mark the trees?
I believe like a chalk rock, right?
Yeah, I think so. It was like, yeah. It looked like a rock, but it came out like chalk, so I guess. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
A cowboy's got to do what a cowboy's got to do.
And boy, does he. He crosses that bridge and he picks up the sticks. But oh no, Tiki, what happens after he gets a bundle of sticks?
I feel like we're kind of like making fun of our own format at this point.
That's what I'm here for, Tiki. I'm here to deconstruct.
It starts to rain, and
putting a
the
mirror
chalk
to your
washes
channel.
off of the tree.
It does, and he gets lost and he starts running.
All right, and this is where the episode really starts to pick up because
Yeah.
my God, let's talk. Oh wait, no, we're not quite there. We're not quite at the creature design yet.
No, we still have a little bit
mentioned
more.
to talk about that damn creature design.
Yeah, he gets to the cabin first, and he has.
And honestly, is it just me, or is there something like oddly kind of comforting about the design of this cabin?
I think it's just you.
I don't know. For me, it's like if I was forced to stay the night there, like in a storm, I'd be like, all right, I can hunker down here.
No, I thought. So for me, I thought the joke was more that Pym is in like this decrepit, horrible cabin, and he's having visions of like setting a life up there because he's just that optimistic.
I mean, yes, that is part of the
Yeah.
joke.
But I didn't think it was comforting at all.
I'm just saying, like, compare being in this cabin to being out in the forest in the middle of a storm lost.
I mean, yeah, but
you got a roof over your head.
Yeah, from that perspective, I guess.
All right, can we talk about how fucking disturbing and like David Firth-esque Pym's children are?
I know. Well, that's a big thing with like Zach's designs.
Like, they are very really... David Firth, yes.
Yeah, and like Oni does the same thing, and I only say that because they work together a lot, or they used to. So you can definitely see influences in each other, where there's like a lot of like weird wrinkles and just like a lot of like mouths don't start; they just kind of like fold into mouths. Like he says, they like Zach Hadel has like really interesting designs in that way.
But yeah, you're right. The gag is absolutely that Pym is just totally like he's so optimistic that he's literally envisioning like a perfect like fucking like white picket fence life for himself at this incredible cabin.
And I really like. I think it's really funny how Pym specifically says his exotic wife.
Right. Oh god. And that's the farm that I'll work in every day. Hi, farm.
No, he said I think he said that I'll toil over every day.
He'll toil over.
Yeah.
All right, and then the thunder crashes, and we see our first glimpse of the creature.
And then it begins, Tiki.
It begins, indeed.
Pym gets very scared, and how does he... Oh, I'm sorry. And what happens next, Tiki? After Pym
Jump
gets
scare
scared
from the wife.
Oh yes, there is. Yeah, she turns into like a rotting corpse.
Yes, and the children like kind of turn all the shining on him.
Yeah, they start telling him to leave.
So he
And then the
crawls up
shadow
through the
starts.
chimney.
No, first the shadow starts trying to open the door,
Right, right.
and then he starts crawling up through the chimney.
And oh man, I mean, this is like the last 3 minutes of this episode are truly just like excellent. Like the reason I
Yeah.
needed to cover it this year,
No, it's
honestly.
really well paced.
Uh-huh. Like
I
honestly, like this is like high praise, and it's not as good or as iconic as this by any means. So take what I say kind of lightly. But it sort of reminds me of the Sleepy Hollow chase a little bit.
Yeah,
Just in
no,
the way that
totally.
it's paced and the visual comedy.
Yeah. And honestly, I just really like the contrast because like they have like Smiling Friends has a lot of like weird kind of fucked up humor.
Uh-huh.
And scenes rather, but it still keeps pretty light. But here it's just very, very dreadful and
It's
very
full on scary, yeah.
yeah, very suspenseful, very, very thrilling.
And the jump scare that we get is a legitimately intense and well-earned jump scare.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, because it's a good like 2-3 minutes of him just escaping before we actually see the creature.
And okay, let's talk about that damn creature design because it's
Yeah,
fucking marvelous. It
I
really
know.
is.
So one thing I really like about Smiling Friends is how much it changes media.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of CG characters. Obviously, this creature in this episode is a stop motion character.
People went on and on about how good Gumball did that, but I think this show does it a little bit more like naturally.
Yeah, I think it's more effective because they actually do it. Where Gumball was a lot of CG to look like other media,
Exactly. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
which was still great and very effective. But I like how they fully commit to it.
Uh,
Like my favorite one is the random rotoscope guy who just like pops up every once in a while. There's one he shows up at the end, but I don't think he's rotoscoped in this episode. But
uh.
there's one character who shows up in a few episodes, and he's just this rotoscoped guy. It's
Right.
it's really apparent. It's really funny, and they have like 3D Squelton
Only
and
true
all.
animation nerds would get that gag.
I know it's so. Well, I love it in the pilot because it's really really obvious in the pilot
Uh-huh.
how it's all like these weird like animated creatures, and there's like this 60 frames a second rotoscope man like walking through. It's really funny.
All right.
But yeah, I love how much they change media, and this is probably the best use of it, the most overt use of it.
Oh yeah, for
Um,
sure. And
yeah,
also like knowing the punchline at the end just makes this creature and this whole encounter equal parts. It is scary, and I do think the jump scare holds up on a rewatch. I do think it's really well timed.
yeah,
But at the same time, I am just fucking cracking up
yeah,
once that face is revealed because I know what the punchline is going to be. And I feel like that mix of scary and funny is just perfect.
yeah. No, totally. Yeah, but the whole chase after this is really fantastic.
It is, yeah.
It really holds up to the like. I think it's just as effective once you know the
Oh
creature.
no, I agree as far as suspense goes, but
Yeah.
like I said, it's kind of like a great mix of like, it's like that Sam Raimi Evil Dead kind of like you're scared and you're laughing at the
Oh
same
yeah,
time.
absolutely. Yeah. No, I
So
think
we
it's done
just kind
really
of
well.
have him running towards the office and fiddling with the keys because you can't have a good chase scene without a fiddling with the keys moment.
Yeah, and then he goes in through the fire exit,
Mm-hmm.
and the monster steals one of his cute little boots.
His cute little boots, yes.
Yeah,
All right,
and
and
then
oh dear God, oh I love the punchline. It's so fucking perfect.
I know it's a really good payoff.
Oh man, so he just bursts in through the Halloween party. Everyone's there, and oh God, I just love how the dude who's like standing up, like the main guy, like is that blackface guy? It's just some random guy wearing a Halloween exclamation point.
Oh, that's the rotoscope guy.
Oh, is it the rotoscope guy?
Yeah, that's the
Really?
rotoscope guy.
Oh,
But
perfect.
I don't
Perfect.
think he's rotoscoped in this episode.
No, I don't think he is either, but yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they tried to emulate it, but it wasn't like rotoscoping.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So of course the whole gag is like, we set up the offensive Halloween costume, and I mean, it's like, as great as the design of this creature is, when you look at it in a fully lit environment in a room full of characters, the face does look vaguely blackface.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's obviously like meant to be a commentary on cancel culture, because they do get just literally ravenous and cannibalistic over the whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, with the design, you do see it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But I love how the creature just very, very quickly just loses all of his intimidation factor. It's like, no, I know I'm a literal tree demon, guys. You don't understand.
I love it. And then what did they do, Tiki? How do they respond to that?
Well, like I said, they just literally start tearing him limb for limb and
Yeah.
eating his inside.
Yeah. And that's like, so that's a joke that I heard Zach Hadel say like 2-3 years before he did Smiling Friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, I really want to make a cartoon where like this family's sitting at a dinner table and the father's like, someone's like, it's time for dinner, and they just like slam down a monkey on the table
Oh,
and they just
Jesus
start
Christ.
ripping it apart and eating it. So like, it's really funny to see that repurposed and actually like see it fully realized. And it's just a really funny joke. And
then, of course, the boss is like, "You did it, Pim. You brought us firewood."
I know. I think Smiling Friends has the best like end of episode payoff jokes that I've seen in a really long time. Like every single one is great. Like the Renaissance Men.
The Renaissance
fucking,
Men. Oh,
yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, that's
fucking
classic. Yes.
The Hobbit. The Hobbit from the fantasy episode.
Oh, so good. So good. Again, quality over quantity here.
Yeah, yeah. Or even like the Brazil special that they came out with over the summer.
I actually need to see that one.
It's really, really funny. Like,
I'm
it's
sure
not
it
for
is.
everyone. It's definitely not for everyone. But it's a really funny joke.
Isn't for everyone.
Well, no, but this one especially, because it's a pretty. It's kind of like an anti-joke, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty.
really?
It's pretty anti-humor, but it's really. I really liked it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can tell you after the show if you want to know.
Okay.
But yeah, they like, I love all their payoff jokes, and this one is no exception.
No. All right. Yeah. Well, I think that's about it. Thanks for coming on.
Really quick. Thanks for having me.
Indeed.
We really blew through this 10-minute episode.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. Please watch Smiling Friends. Also, since we were talking about Rick and Morty, Zach Hadel and Justin Roiland have a special coming out on Hulu at the end of the month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. I forget what it's called, but I watched the trailer.
Is it like a Halloween special?
Yeah, it's a Halloween special.
Oh, cool.
So it looks like I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of shorts from different animators.
Nice.
And then it's hosted by characters played and designed by Justin Roiland and Zach Hadel. So, yeah,
right.
Should be cool.
All right, folks, that's the end of tonight's spooky selections. And our spirits grow weary. But they'll be stronger than ever next time as we engage in even more haunted holiday hijinks. You're not laughing. Look at me, I'm a cute little cowboy.